What happened to the bodies on the Titan submersible? A lot of people have sent me messages and asked me questions about what I thought happened to the bodies on the Titan submersible. And it's early on a Sunday morning, and we're about to get a little real and maybe a little morbid for some of you. But the truth is the truth. And this is the Veteran Biker. If you're just tuning in, I'm retired from the United States Navy. Worked on submarines a lot. Did some other cool stuff underneath the water. Now I make videos discussing a veteran's viewpoint from behind my handlebars, so to speak. And it's early on a Sunday morning. I'm having a cup of coffee. That's my old dog Buddy right there. I say old dog, he's no longer with us. I've got his ashes in there. But this morning we're going to talk a little bit about the people that were on the Titan submersible. God rest their souls. A lot of people have had questions about what happened to those bodies, if the bodies are recoverable, if that's something that, we could get their remains. And I'm going to tell you flatly, with a very harsh no, those bodies have been returned to the circle of life. And that is as simple as it gets. I'm going to break it down just a little bit. First and foremost, this all goes about atmospheres and pressure. And right now where you're at, if you're watching this above ground, you're at 1 atmosphere. Now the Titan submersible, or the Titanic, where it lays, is at about 400 atmospheres, which equates out to about 6,000 pounds per square inch of pressure. Well, what does that do to the human body? The human body, will go with an average, not an American average because it's probably bigger than this, but an average human body is 5'10", 200 pounds, which works out to 3,000 square inches. You take 3,000 square inches, you throw in 6,000 pounds per square inch, that's roughly 18 million pounds of pressure on that human body. That's a lot. Now, the Titan submersible, did they suffer? Did those individuals suffer? Did they go through any pain? Were they subjected to, a long period of pain? The answer is no. That did not happen. The implosion, when it happened, now this is my opinion, but I've did a little research and I'm just going to break it down and back it up. This implosion happened in a millisecond. I mean, quicker than that, quicker than a millisecond. I don't even know how to explain a millisecond, but it happened quicker than that. A millisecond, to process a thought in your brain, it's measured at 100 milliseconds, and that's just a thought processed to your brain. Normal people, not like rednecks like me, we're probably 500 milliseconds. We're a little slow. But a normal brain processes a thought in 100 milliseconds. This implosion happened in 1 millisecond. So you throw 1 millisecond of time with 18 million pounds of pressure. The people on the submersible, as badly as it sounds, they didn't know what happened. There was no cognitive function for them to realize what was happening and to experience any pain. So I don't even want to say this is a good part of it, but they did not feel any pain. They did not know what happened. There was no way for that pain to be processed in the amount of time that happened. Now, I've got a couple of clips here that is going to show kind of what an implosion looks like above ground. And thanks to Mythbusters, they've done this with a train car, which is much larger, and it's at, 0 or 1 atmosphere, the Earth's atmosphere. It's at, on the surface of the Earth. And you can see the destruction of what they simulated with this. And I'll show that clip now.
Good morning, melon farmer. traces of mercury. Holy cow!
Okay, so just imagine that with 18 million pounds of pressure. And I don't even know how to imagine 18 million pounds of pressure. It is that forceful. It is that strong. It is that powerful. You're talking the hand of God, the hand of whatever you believe in. That's how powerful it was. Well, the next question is, what happened to those bodies? Well, human body is made up about 70% water. And this morning, mine is made up of a little more coffee. But there's water in coffee. And you can buy me a coffee. I'll put the link there. But what happened to those bodies? Well, those bodies, I said at the beginning, were returned to the circle of life. When that pressure hit those bodies, think of it as badly as it sounds, but many of you have an Instapot at your house, right? That Instapot is sealed. There is a bubble of air in there, and you're turning up the pressure with heat. And with heat pressure, that's actually what cooks the food in your Instapot. And it cooks it quick. Well, multiply that by whatever crazy number you want, and that Titan submersible became a super Instapot. And with that amount of air inside of there, with this 18 million pounds of pressure instantaneously hitting it, there was an implosion. And with the oxygen that was in there, it would have actually exploded. It would have actually exploded. There would have been a underwater detonation. Pressure, oxygen, explosion. Similar to dieseling. And I'm not a diesel mechanic by any means, so please don't make any comments about, hey, you're not a diesel mechanic. You don't know what you're talking about. And I very well may not know what I'm talking about with a diesel. But it was such a quick, drastic implosion and an explosion that those on board, God rest their souls, did not feel one bit of pain. They had no idea. It happened beyond cognitive recognition. But with that implosion, those bodies were gone instantaneously. There is zero remains. I would be hard-pressed to even think that there are fragments of remains. Now, I've done some things under the water where I've been a part of some recoveries of those that have passed after drownings and after other accidents. Within 24 hours, if you in the salt water, you'll be hard-pressed to find those bodies after 24 hours. The ocean is an ecosystem, and there are things in the ecosystem to clean that ecosystem up. There are creatures that clean that up. These bodies were very small. The remnants and the remains were microscopic at this point. So the things in the ocean, if there were any larger particles, larger than what I would say a Q-tip, they were gone. They were gone instantaneously. So this is what I believe, and looking through the research that I could find, and I hope I saved you a lot of research and maybe answered the question. And it's kind of a morbid topic for a Sunday morning, but I've received so many questions and so many just whys or whos or whats about this that I thought I would share it. I'm going to get ready to take my dogs for a walk. I walk my dogs about 3 to 4 miles a day. It kind of helps keep me sane. I'm going to finish my cup of coffee, and like I said, this is a shout out to my old dog Buddy, and there's my current dog Fred, and there's another old dog I had there, Calvin, old Chihuahua. He's about 17 whenever he passed. I'm a dog person. I am a dog person, and I've got a little rescued named Schnauzer down there named Fred. I'll show him in a video maybe in the future. And I've got another pup named Daisy, and she's kind of a golden doodle. And I'm a dog person. Try to liven up this video at the end before I hit publish. If this is content that you like, please feel free to support the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. You're welcome to join as a membership. There's a link in there that you can buy me a coffee. I'm always appreciative. And if you don't know, all the funding that I receive from my channel, other than buying equipment like this, goes to a couple of veteran nonprofits. I don't keep any of it. And I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I did a live stream yesterday and had an outpouring of support. I didn't realize the reach that I've got on this channel. It's amazing. I thank everyone for joining in. And if you leave a comment below when you would like to see a live stream, I'm probably going to set up a poll and try to do some live streams so that you know more about me, and I would like to know more about you. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for your support. And I really appreciate you all just watching the channel. I try to put out relevant content that you want to watch and that I would want to watch. With that being said, this is the Veteran Biker. I'll see you on the road. Y'all take care. Have a good morning. Happy Sunday.